Hi, everyone. This is Michele Graglia.
This is Marianne Hogan.
Hi, I'm Adrian McDonald.
I'm Katie Asmith.
Hi, this is Anthony Gasals.
Hi, my name is Meg Morgan.
Hey, it's Jordan Trove.
This is John Ray.
This is Ryan Van Duzer, and you are listening to the Gotta Run Racing Podcast.
Hey everyone, we're back with another Gotta Run Podcast. It's been a minute. I'm Norm.
And I'm Jody.
Your hosts for this evening or day, whenever you listen to us. What's been happening in the world of Gotta Run Racing?
It's been a busy 2 weeks. We had our Lost Treasure Trail Race in Mansfield on the long weekend, which went really well. We had good weather.
Hey, always good weather our race. We pay for that.
And then we went right into live on location at Sulphur Springs Trail Race this past weekend.
Yes, we want to be part of the action because Canada's oldest ultra, Sulphur Springs, was going after a Western States qualifier. And we wanted to be there to see history in the making.
We sure did. We interviewed the race directors from Straw Dog Racing in episode 112. Check that out if you haven't heard it yet to get the history behind the race. And they agreed to give us access to the start line to capture the runners as they crossed. And if you're wondering why we asked the runners the butter tart question, we suggest you go back to episode 112 with Straw Dog Racing to see the theme there. So we decided to include that in our interviews. And it was actually kind of fun to hear all the answers.
I think without raisins is what won it. Thank you.
Yeah. I think you're right too. But what was interesting is because if you're not Canadian, you probably don't even know what a butter tart is. It's this delicious tart that's
made of butter,
essentially. And you can put other things in it like nuts and raisins, but it's pretty controversial whether you like it with or without. But what was interesting was there was at least one person I can remember who is from Quebec who didn't know what it was. And I don't think it is a thing in Quebec. So that was funny.
That is funny. Also, the one who came second place, female from Florida.
Right.
But originally from Canada.
So we're not sure how she missed
maybe she had no memory of when she left.
Missed the butter tart train. And she also had a bit of a Floridian accent too. So maybe she's been there a long time. Anyways, that was funny.
This was our first attempt at live on location. And we had a great time there.
We sure did. We chatted with several of the winners. Unfortunately, we couldn't get all of them, but most of them. And many other runners who had stories to tell. So, we've got some clips for you to hear. If you want to listen to the full interviews with the runners, then head on over to our Instagram, Gotta Run Racing, as that's where we posted the reels over the weekend.
Or head on over to our YouTube channel because all the shorts will be there. Gotta Run Racing. I'd just like to apologize in advance because we went through some crazy weather over the weekend and we tried to do our best to clean it up in post, but we had crazy rain.
Generators running all over the place.
And of course the
loud music
and the announcing.
And the announcing all around us. So
we tried to get them into a quiet corner, but it was just difficult at the time. And some of the chats was when the rain was hitting hard on the tent. And so anyway, we tried, but nevertheless, it was such a good time.
I also want to give a shout out to Agnes, who I met at the start line when we were doing our Instagram live first thing in the morning. She came up to me because she had written on the Facebook page when they posted our episode with Straw Dog that she was our biggest fan. And honestly, like you and I always think, we have two fans, our mothers.
Who don't listen.
But it was so cute. She started to talk and say she was our biggest fan. And I'm like, wait. Let me get this on camera to make sure so I can show my mom.
Oh, that someone else is the biggest fan.
That's right. So Agnes and I had a lovely conversation, and I hope her race went well. I actually have to check to see how she did, but I really hope her race went well. And it was great meeting you, Agnes. And I hope to see you again. And I'm really sorry we did have butter tarts at the race, and I should have saved you one. So next time, I promise. I hope you enjoy it. Good morning. It's Jody and Norm from GottaRunPodcast. We're live on location in Ancaster, Ontario to witness history in the making at the Sulphur Springs Trail Race as over 250 runners in both the 100K and 100 mile go after their qualifying ticket for the big show in Auburn, California next year.
We're here. We're going to talk to as many runners as possible because every runner has a story.
All right. Tell me your name and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Robert Briette from Cambridge, Ontario.
And Robert, what did you just do?
I'm pretty sure I just ran the second fastest time and I won the Sulphur Springs 50K.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your race. Were you leading the entire way?
So I actually did this race last year.
Okay.
And I was leading for 30K,
Yeah.
but then my quads gave out on the hills and I dropped back to fourth. So I came back, redemption, unfinished business. So the race started out, I was starting with Brent Colson.
Okay.
And we ran the first 10K together.
Yeah.
And then I stopped at the aid station at the top of the hill here. Took a little bit longer. He took off. I never saw him ever again. But then I kept my pace.
Yeah.
I think I ran like dead even splits the whole race.
Nice.
And I caught Brent about halfway through the lollipop loop.
Yeah.
And then he looked like he was hurting. So I put a little bit of a surge in. And I just knew I had 3K left. And I just hammered it home. And yeah, this is a dream come true. I've been wanting this for a long time.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
tell me, would you rather chase or be chased?
After today, I think I like to be the chaser.
All
It's
right.
like, I've done both now. Like I said, last year I was leading. This year I was chasing.
Yeah.
So
Way to
Yeah.
go. And how did you feel about the rain?
the rain, I was a little bit worried about
All right.
the
We
mud
got
at
some
first,
award
but-
presentation here. Way
yeah,
to
the
go.
rain helped cool me down, and yeah, it was awesome.
All right. Well, we're going to let you go because you need some rest, but we have
Yeah.
2 quick questions for you.
Sure,
Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
with
And secondly, who is your running idol?
I think Reed Coolside.
Awesome.
I've been following along with him for the last 13, 14 years, and yeah, I look up to him a lot
Amazing person, amazing Canadian.
for sure.
Well, congratulations again, and hope to see you next year in the 100K.
Yeah, yeah, maybe the 80, then the 100,
No,
and 100
just
miles.
straight to 100.
We'll
Straight
see.
to
I want to do it all. I'm not going anywhere.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Bridget Cobham. I ran the 50K and I'm from Burlington.
From Burlington, so
Yeah.
this is your home trail.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
How many times have you run this race?
Never. I'm 16, so this is my first ultra
Oh my
that I've ever done.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And you came third, which is absolutely
Yeah.
amazing, especially in these conditions.
Yeah, that was crazy. Me and my dad, we've run in the rain a lot before, so I felt used to it and I was just thinking about those moments. Yeah.
So how did you feel out there? Did you have any low moments or were you...
Yeah, I'd say around like the 35K mark, I had a low moment. But then once I got to the last little loop, I was like, oh, it's only downhill from here after the 3 big climbs. So, yeah.
And 16. So what's your dream? What do you want to do in the ultra world?
I really want to run like one of the big 100-mile races, like, Western states. I think that's a lot of people's goal, but I'd love to do that. So,
Yeah. Well, I think you're going to make it happen
Thank
because
you.
this is an incredible performance.
thank you so much.
Yeah. What do you have next planned? Do you have another race booked?
Yeah, I have the new Happy Trails race. It's the Stone Corinne. It's the 25K.
Right.
It's new this year.
On the Bruce Trail?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's out and back on the Bruce Trail, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, probably kind of have marathonish races, and then next year maybe I'll try something longer for ultras.
Is your dad running today?
No, he's not, but he was my crew, so he gave me water bottles and stuff every time I came around the start finish.
Amazing. Well,
Yeah.
we won't keep you too long because we
Thank you
want
so
you to get
much.
dry. But we have one little couple questions for you. Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Without. My papa makes the best butter tarts, though.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. And pick a superpower.
Probably transportation, because you
Yes.
can pick anywhere in the world. That'd be pretty cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Bridget Cobham _
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you so much.
See you next year.
Hi, I'm Cynthia. I just ran the 50K and I'm from Pickering, Ontario.
And what's so special about today, Cynthia? Tell us.
Today is my 50th birthday.
So you're running 50K for 50 years.
Yes.
And whose idea was that?
It's mine, kind of, and my husband, I think. It just seemed like the right idea since it was on my actual birthday.
Exactly. So how did it go?
It was really good. A little bit wet, a little bit soppy, a little bit muddy, but other than that, it was amazing.
You're downplaying it. It was a mud bath. Come on, be honest.
It was a mud bath.
And Brad was your pacer, your husband?
He was.
And how did he perform as a pacer?
He was great as a pacer, but he did not do what he was supposed to do.
And what was that?
He was supposed to run behind.
How long have you been running, Cynthia?
45 years.
45 years. And how long have you been doing trails?
Off and on for 15.
Wow.
18 years.
Is this your longest race to date?
It is my longest race to date.
So what's next?
Maybe a 50 mile in my 50th year. We'll see.
Now, I understand you were running for one of your fundraisers today. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So I'm the chair of board of directors for Save Our Scruff. I've been with Save Our Scruff for 10 years. So today's fundraiser is to help support 50 dogs getting a better life.
Oh, that's amazing. And if people want to support you, how do they do that?
And they can actually go to our website. We have under events, I have this event on there and they can donate, or they can just hit the donate button. Or if they follow me on Instagram, they can donate there as well.
Oh, what's your Instagram?
Cynthia Maya.
How do you spell that?
CYNTHIAMAYA.
So how are you going to spend the rest of your 50th birthday?
With friends and family and food and wine, some beer, hopefully some cake.
All of it. All of it. Negative calories now.
Yes. Yes.
Well, congratulations. Happy birthday. And what a special way to celebrate. Can we see the back of your medal? I understand the race directors did something special for you. 50K for 50 years of strength, compassion, grace, and kindness. You are an inspiration. Keep shining, Sue. That's going to make me cry. So awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'm Reed Burrows, originally from New Brunswick, but I used to live here for 7 years. I now live in Colorado. And I run for Merrill, but I came back here just for the race.
How many times have you done Sulphur Springs?
This is just the second now.
It's the second time. Yeah. And how did it go today?
It was okay. It's really interesting because I now live at 10,000 feet.
Right.
And when I dropped back, I didn't feel great. Like there was no turnover.
Right.
But nailed nutrition. And I felt the strongest I have in a really long time.
That's awesome.
And the main goal this year is Leadville, which is 100 miles. So I'm like happy with today.
Absolutely.
Like, even though obviously I definitely wanted to come back and win, but I just feel good. I don't feel wrecked at all right now or anything, which is great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the red blood cells might kick in a couple of days, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So is this really just a training run for you today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I signed a multi-year deal with Merrill, and it has given me the freedom to design my schedule a bit more focused around one race.
Right.
Whereas like most of the time you're like, okay, I have a 1-year deal. I have to race really hard in the fall.
Yeah.
I have to show up, podium, try and get a bigger contract. Whereas now I have that security.
Right.
So I am not racing as much this year and just really focusing on Leadville.
So how special is the trail community in Colorado?
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
But I think it's underrated in Canada. Like, I really want to say that. Like, I think, yes, there's way cooler stuff when you're above tree line.
Sure.
But the community here is just as great.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I wanted to come back. Like, it's really cool to have almost everyone cheering my name on in a race again. Like, I haven't had that in a while.
Right.
So, like, that was the main reason I really wanted to come back. Like, yes, I wanted to have a good day and experience things again. And
it's nothing like running at home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And like, this is where it all started. This is where I got connected with Scratch. And like, now I work with the US side of the brand and everything happened here. Yeah. I wanted to come back and support the event. And I also just wanted to really support the whole getting into Western states and like the lottery, because as soon as I checked the box at Leadville, Western States is next. Like, I wrote down 2 goals when I applied for my visa, and one of them was Leadville and the other one was Western States.
Right.
And now I live in Leadville. Like, that's how committed I am to that goal. The finish line coordinates are tattooed on my hand.
Amazing.
Yeah, just like really committed to that goal. And then when I feel as though I checked that box and got everything I needed out of that race and wanted out of that race, then I'll try to get into Western States and see what I can do there.
The big show.
Yeah.
Have you been to Western?
No, not yet.
Okay.
this year I was hoping I might be able to go and pace one of my European teammates, but I'm racing the same weekend, and in Leadville, there's a marathon up there that I want to do as a prep run. Similar to today, like no real goal other than just go and have a decent effort for a marathon.
Yeah. You made an interesting point that a lot of our friends to the south aren't aware of the scene up here.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we're trying to do through our podcast is introduce it to people, because Ontario has its own scene, but you go out west, you go into Quebec, it's unbelievable. And it seems like it's a hidden secret.
Yeah.
And we need to bring more people up to appreciate it.
Yeah.
So spread the word while you're down there. For
sure. Yeah. And now just when we do an interview, I think I'm 60-40 Canadian versus American, like just on my like socials now.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm still like predominantly Canadian with all my following in general, which is nice.
Well,
so
we've been following you for a while, so
I appreciate
we're excited to meet you in person.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
And congratulations today.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best for Leadville. We'll definitely be following you. But perhaps we can chat with you after Leadville.
Yeah.
That would be just another experience. Norton's actually run Leadville and Western, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The Leadville belt buckles are something else. Like, I think it would take winning it for me to like walk down the street with that thing. Like, it is just, they're just so big and obnoxious.
We like to finish with a couple of fun questions.
Okay.
They're out of the blue. Okay. Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Without. Maybe a pecan, but like, no raisins.
No raisins. Okay. And who's your running idol?
I'd say like Rob Carr or Jim Walmsley.
Rob.
I met Rob last year in Leadville at the marathon, and he is just such a nice and humble guy, and it is just incredible, right? I think a lot of people forget that he's Canadian, and that's another reason why like I really idolize him, and just big mental health advocate as well, which is just really hits home.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One more question. Pick a superpower you'd like to have.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Tough one.
Flying, invisibility,
Flash was always my favorite superhero, so I guess like super fast. Yeah, I just like going fast.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hi, I'm Ava George. I'm from here originally, but I live in Gainesville, Florida, and I run the 50K.
And you just came second. Congratulations.
Second woman. Yeah.
Second woman.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect that or realize that, but that's great. That's exciting.
So how was your race?
It was good. It was wonderful. Like I said, from Florida, so I'm not trained for hills. You know, we have like an 8-foot incline there if we're lucky on a good run. So the hills were tough and the rain was a little tough, but also like refreshing. So it was great all in all.
So I hate to ask, but did you fall?
3 times.
3 times. Okay. So you ate some
3
dirt.
times. I ate some dirt and didn't realize how bad my knees looked till someone was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was pretty bad, but it was fine."
But you had fun.
So much fun.
Have you run this race before?
No, not at all. I was here, I don't know, a year or two ago, and I saw runners running, and I was like, "What is this?" So then I found out what it was and signed up. Yeah.
Do you do ultras in Florida?
I do 50Ks mostly.
Nice.
That's kind of my favorite distance. And yes, I do plenty in Florida.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
I don't know. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, I think maybe an 80K.
Ooh.
Right?
That
50 miler.
Yeah. You know, I did one of those and it was tough, but I would do it again. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Before we let you go, we have a couple of fun questions for you.
Okay.
Now, you are Canadian, so you should have an answer to this because I know they don't have these in Florida. Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Butter tart. Oh no, no answer. No comment. Oh no, I don't know.
That's okay.
So bad.
And pick a superpower.
Ooh, superpower that I'd like to have. Oh gosh. Oh, I need more blood in my brain for this one. I know I like it.
I have one more for you. Who's your running idol?
Yeah, Des Linden. Aww. I just think she's so gritty and she's so tough. And I love that.
I
love that. One. I have a few, like Bobby Gibbs too. Nobody knows about her. She was like the first woman who ran I only know because my kids love her book. She was the first woman who ran the Boston Marathon, but didn't actually have a bib, right? Because they didn't let her in.
Right.
So I think that's really cool. So yeah. Those ones, yeah.
Well, thanks for your time.
Of course.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the 80K next year.
I hope so. Yeah, well, thank you.
Absolutely.
My name is Julie Hamalecki, and I'm from Toronto.
And Julie, congratulations on winning 80K 50 miler outright.
Thank you.
Moments ago.
Thank you.
How was it out there?
It's very muddy. This is typically a very runnable course, but today not quite as in quite a few sections. The first loop was super fast, and the second loop quite well, but the rain started about halfway through the second loop. And then third loop was a slog, fourth loop even more of a slog. And yeah, it's like a lot of slip sliding out there, but got it done. So
I have to say, you look pretty clean.
Do you like?
Yeah, you do.
Well, I guess from the knees, I'm not too bad, right? Yeah, these socks were brand new and white at one point, so
Oh my god.
not anymore.
How long have you been running ultra?
I ran my first ultra in 2015.
Okay.
It was a 50K. It was Run for the Toad.
Nice.
My husband actually, he was a 100-miler, and he's like, you should give an ultra a try. That was kind of my first distance, and 100K road is typically what I do. So trail is a bit of a new thing for me.
Right.
But this is a great trail for, I'd say, a beginner trail runner because it's not quite as technical. But yeah, today it felt a little bit more technical.
Have you run Sulphur Springs before?
No, first time.
First time.
First time, yeah. I signed up for it a few times, but just life got in the way. This is my first time running, and I really enjoyed it.
So next year, 100K.
My goodness.
Let's get that ticket.
Yeah, you're right. I think I got the last spot back in the spring, which was the 50-mile distance. So that's what I signed up for and trained for. So here we are. Yeah.
So what's next on your race calendar?
I feel like I should try the 100-mile distance, It terrifies me a little bit, these road legs, but I think that might be my goal for the fall. We'll see.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We want to do a couple rapid fire questions
Sure.
before we let you go. They're
Sure.
a little off the wall.
Okay.
So butter tarts, with or without raisins?
I like both, but if I had to choose, probably without.
Okay. All right. Then pick a superpower.
A superpower. Oh my goodness.
Everyone's brain's too fried to answer those questions.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I have to come back to that one. Give me that one.
Last one. Who's your running idol?
Oh my
Who do you
goodness.
look up
I
to?
have so many. Camille Herron, obviously.
Yes.
Melinda Elmore.
Yes.
Tasha Waddick. I really admire all those women. Totally getting emotional about it.
Well, I think you're going to get a few admirers yourself today.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank you so
again.
much.
Awesome
Thank
job.
you. Appreciate it.
My name is Andrew James, and I'm from Wasaga Beach, Ontario.
Ooh, Wasaga Beach. Nice.
Yeah.
And congratulations on being first male, second overall in the 50 miler.
That woman was far too fast.
Yes, Julie's a beast.
Yeah.
So tell us about your day. How did it go?
The first 2 laps were good, but I blew up a bit. I don't think I was in the shape that I thought I was in the shape I was in, but it wasn't my best run I've ever had for sure. I tried to beat my old time. I don't know if I did.
Well, the conditions were pretty tough.
It was.
Can you tell us?
You lost a lot of time.
Yeah.
At the end, you were almost 3-point contact going down now.
So it's very slippery out there.
It's a disaster right now. Like rivers running down the middle of the
gosh.
hill. So, yeah.
And you had a bit of a spill.
I did. I had 2, but the one was a pretty bad one. I recovered and I came up from under me and more embarrassed. It hurts when you look around. And
Have you run this race before?
I have. I won the 80K 2 years ago.
Nice.
80K 2 years ago. And then I ran the 100-kilometer last.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How long have you been running ultras?
I've only been running about 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. My father-in-law got me into it. I was watching him run marathons and I was standing there and thinking, why aren't I running? So I started to run.
Awesome.
It's gone rather decent anyway. So, yeah. I'm doing Leadville next year.
Ooh, nice.
I'm doing the Canadian Death Race in Alberta this August 3rd.
Wicked.
I've had a bad fall in Coldwater Rumble 100-miler in Arizona in February, and I had to they wouldn't let me finish. I was bleeding all over. So that's called Coldwater Rumble. That one's back on the list because I only made 118 kilometers. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Before we let you go, we have a couple fun rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Okay. It's the theme of the day.
Okay.
Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Raisins, always.
Yes, you're my guy. Pick a superpower.
Fly.
Nice. And who's your running idol?
Probably Jim Olmsted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Will Gilmet. Second place in the 50 miler.
And where are you from, Will?
I'm from Hamilton, Binbrook.
So have you run this race before?
I have never run this far before in my life.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Have you run Sulphur Springs before?
I have lots over the last year or so, just training.
Okay, so what made you up your distance?
Honestly, I want to go try and run La Cloche Silhouette. Up in Killarney.
Yes.
And I figure I got to prove I can finish 80K, so
there we go.
I'll hopefully be there in September.
So how were the conditions today?
They were absolutely disgusting. However, the heat didn't come, so that was amazing, because I think that would have got me more than the mud.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. The heat can take out more people than the run can.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what's next on the list for you?
Sunburn Solstice with the Happy Trails Racing.
Yeah.
That's my next. Doing a relay race with some friends. It's always a good time.
Right.
And after that, La Cloche.
So how long have you been running ultras?
This is my second ultra. I ran a 50K about 7 weeks ago, and this is my second distance over a marathon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're rapidly increasing here.
I hope so.
So next year, 100K?
I don't know. We'll see. That was tough. That was very tough.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
of course.
Yeah.
So any lows out there on the course for you? Or
Honestly, no.
No,
everything was perfect, and that's all the training.
Yeah.
Like, you got to just do all the training and then come out and just have fun. So
perfect.
It was awesome.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Before we let you go, we have a couple rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Theme of the day is butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Without.
Without's winning, I think. Who's your running idol?
Actually, Reed Burrows, I follow him on, he's here, he raced the 50K.
Yeah.
I've been following him for about 3 years.
Right.
And he's actually very, very motivating to see what he can do. So I'll have to go with him.
All right. That's
Yeah.
awesome. We'll give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Pick a superpower.
Oh, I don't know, flying.
That's a good one. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time.
Yeah.
Go
thank you very
rest
much.
up.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, this is Annalise Heinrich from St. Catharines, Ontario. I was running the 50 mile at Sulphur Springs.
And how was it, Annalise?
It was really good. Yeah, better than I expected. Other than the sloppy mud. It went really well. Very pleased.
As I mentioned, you do look pretty clean, but you confess that you changed.
I did change shoes and socks before the last lap. Yeah.
And how long have you been running ultras?
Ultras? 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
Is this the longest distance
This
you've
is my
done?
longest, yeah.
Okay.
I attempted 150 miler previously and DNF'd at around 70K.
So this is your first successful 50 miler.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You ready to do it again?
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe after a bath.
And what about stepping up to the 100K? Is that in your future?
I want to do the death race.
Yes.
Which is 125, yeah.
Right.
So hopefully.
And you lived in the mountains previously, so did that training kind of help you?
Yeah, I think so.
Coming back to Ontario?
I think so. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a bucket list race? Is that death race for you?
I really want to do death race, yeah. I don't know if I have a bucket list or not.
Anything else on the calendar?
QMT. Beginning of July, 50K. Yeah.
Okay, so before we let you go, we just have a couple of fast rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Theme of the day is butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Without.
I have one for you then.
Ooh.
I'll give it to you right now. Who's your running idol?
Oh, Christy Duchenne's here. Yes. I saw her a couple times. I'm going to go with her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And pick a superpower.
To be able to run with pit stop.
That's a good one. Well, thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, thanks.
And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
As the sun starts to
rise. I know. Beautiful now.
Helen Francis. I live in Sudbury and I just ran in the Sulphur Springs 100K.
And not only did you run, Helen, but you placed first female. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. Yeah.
So how was your day?
I started with a few aches and pains, so I'm actually happy that by the second loop, they seem to subside. And I ran the 100K last year too. I won then too, but in 11:43. So I'm probably surprised that I took 40 minutes off.
Especially in these conditions.
In the slippy conditions, yeah. So it's good. I'm
awesome.
happy.
Very good. Any low moments in the race?
Oh, many. Definitely. There was a few sections where it was very slick, slidey, and, I think at my age now, I just turned 50. I'm always a little bit more nervous about, with my bones bounce back the same way they used to. So yeah, probably a little anxiety on a few of those downs.
Right.
But, it's what trail running is all about. If it wasn't for that challenge and a little bit of that fear and adrenaline, it wouldn't be the same thing. So I loved it. And it's really brilliantly organized. So many supporters really everywhere.
Right.
And then the aid stations are fantastic.
Awesome. How long have you been running ultras?
I believe that I started running ultras in 2018.
Okay.
So 6-ish years. Is that right? Yeah. So
amazing.
Yeah. Not a lot. It feels longer.
Is this you've run 100K a couple times?
Yeah. Probably done 400 or 500 Ks. I think 400 milers.
Okay.
And more 50 milers. So, but I would say that the 50 mile to 100K, I prefer.
Right.
I like the challenge of the 100 mile, but I can't seem to get my nutrition down right for that. But, work in progress.
So is it safe to say you've put your name into the Western hat?
I would 100%, yes. 100%. Yeah, I get to go to UTMB at the end of,
congratulations.
100K there.
Yes.
I'm a bit nervous because I have a bit of vertigo, so I'm not so sure I'm going to be able to.
Just don't look over the side.
I know. But yeah, Western States and UTMB, I think they're kind of iconic runs. It's hard not to get drawn into them.
Right. And you're part of history today because we're gonna reach that number. We're gonna reach the magic number.
Yes. It's like it's just fantastic in general to see so many people out there running, and it is a sport that anybody can do. I'm always so impressed that it doesn't really matter shape, size, whatever. Everybody is out there, and
so right.
It's mental, right? A lot of it. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, so inspiring. Before we let you go, we have a couple of little fun questions.
Okay.
Butter tarts with or without raisins?
Any kind of butter tart any day, but it has to be gluten-free.
Okay.
And if anyone has there's a store in Sudbury, so I get a little plug here, Amici, from Gluten Galore, and they are like honestly the best butter tarts. I'm not sure whether there's just more butter in the
because of
gluten-free flour, but they're really, really good.
Who's your running idol?
I think it has to be Courtney Dauwalter. I think that's hard. There are so many. I love lots of the stories, and there's many what I guess we would describe as no-name runners that I chat with or I read the stories about them, and Courtney's a bit of an idol because she's just so damn good. Like I just don't know how she does it. But when I hear the other stories of folks and what they've overcome and how they balance everything and still do the training, and they might spend almost to the cutoff out there on a loop, but they do it, they love it, and they keep coming back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every runner has a story.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for your time today, Helen.
Thank you very much.
All right. Good luck at UTMB.
Thank you.
So I'm Dylan Pust. I did the 100K today, and I'm from Durham, near Owen Sound, but I live in Guelph right now.
Congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I was very happy to be done. The last 30K was pretty rough. I was falling a lot. Not a lot. I fell 3 times, which it didn't hurt, but I think it kind of messes with you a bit.
Right.
And I was very worried about falling again, but I was slowed down a lot, but it was still a good race though.
Pretty tough conditions.
Yeah, I actually like running in the rain, to be honest, but the pro of that did not outweigh the con of the trail being, because honestly, I did this race last year, the 50K, and it is fast, in my opinion. Like, the footing is really good on the trail. It's not like a technical trail, but with the mud today, it was a technical course.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Was this your first 100K?
Yeah. The longest race I've done before this was Conquer the Crater, which was 63. So it was a big step up. It was kind of just to learn the distance.
Right.
So it went well.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
26.
26. And how long have you been running ultras?
The 50K last year was my first one.
First ultra.
Yeah, and I liked it. So we did 2 more last year, and then he did one, the Rugged Raccoon, at the 3 weeks ago, I'd say.
Oh, wow.
Just as like a prep, though.
Yeah.
It was good prep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So how pumped are you to be part of making history that Sulphur Springs becomes hopefully, fingers crossed, a Western States qualifier.
Yeah, I heard about that. I hope that it does. So yeah, at least I was able to contribute to it, to get a person on the board. And
yes.
Then, what is it, 100? Between the 100 mile, 100K?
100 for each.
Yeah, 100 for each. 18 hours and what is
30? Yeah.
30, yeah. So yeah, was able to help out.
Is 100 miles on your bucket list?
Yeah, I'm going to do one in September in Halliburton.
Oh, you're doing Halliburton 100 miler? Wow.
Yeah, I'm treating this year as like learning. And I think the best way to learn is to do it.
Right.
And if it doesn't go well, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you learn.
Absolutely.
I still need to figure a lot of stuff out. Today, honestly, it went really well. It really couldn't have gone much better overall. Like, my stomach held up was the biggest thing, in my opinion, and I didn't cramp.
Right.
I tried more carbs at the Rugged Raccoon just to try it, and I was throwing up a lot.
Oh, okay.
Whereas today, I kind of backed off it, but I ate enough. I didn't bonk or anything. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Before we let you go, we have a couple fun questions just to ask.
Sure.
The theme of the day is butter tarts, with or without raisins?
I'd say with. Yeah.
With?
I like
job.
both, but with. Mm-hmm.
And pick a superpower.
Run faster.
The
Flash. The Flash.
More people should pick that answer, but they don't. Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Derek Ceccarelli. I'm 53 years old. I'm from Toronto.
And what race did you just run, Derek?
Sulphur Springs 100K.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
How was it?
Hardest thing I ever did. I've done a few hard things, but I've never had a baby, so I know that that's harder. But this was the hardest race I ever did. I was the most tired I've ever felt. But on that last lap, knowing that I was going to finish, that gave me what I needed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So can you just describe how tough the conditions were today?
We got not just a little bit, we got a lot of everything. First lap was dry and cool, and I went out too fast because it felt like a half marathon. And then lap 2, the rains came and the thunder and the lightning and the puddles, and it was completely soaked. Lap 3, new shoes, same deal. Tons of rain, deeper puddles. There were some areas I saw people falling. I felt really bad. People seemed to be okay, but it was really tough. Lap 4, it was my hardest lap. It wasn't really because of the conditions. It was just my low point. And lap 5, the sun came out. It actually got warm. I was feeling a little like overheated, but knowing that I was going to finish got me through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many ultras have you done?
One, I did a 50K Foxtail about 4 weeks ago. That was my first ultra.
So you're new to the ultra world.
Yes, this was a big stretch goal for me. I didn't know if I was going to finish, but my family believed in me and gave me the confidence to do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you putting your name into the hat for Western State?
Well, my sister's family is in California, so it would be amazing. I don't know if I have it in me, but it would be an honor. That's just crazy to think of, but if I have the opportunity, I should do it. Just like when I qualify for Boston, you got to run it.
100%.
So a lot of people want to do it. If you have the opportunity, you should take it.
Absolutely.
That's my belief.
What's next for you?
Lots of rest. I have one other race this summer, and it's called Conquer the Crater.
Yep.
It's 42K in Sudbury, which is my hometown where I grew up.
Awesome.
So I'm really excited to go back to my old town and run a shorter distance there.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'd like to finish with a couple of fun questions, okay?
Okay.
Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
French Canadian. My grandmother always put raisins in. I love them with raisins.
Good
Yes.
answer. Who's your running idol?
Courtney Dahl-Welcher. She's amazing. I watch videos of her. She's inspiring, and I probably wouldn't do this if it wasn't for people like that. So she's incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And get some rest.
Thank you so much.
Don't go too far. Don't go too far. You're the 100.
Great work. Great work.
Wow. How does that feel? You were number 100.
Really? Yes! Oh my God!
Finisher, and so rarely does that 100th finisher have such an impact on a big race like this.
Oh, she gets
right.
She
Get in the shot. Get in the shot.
We're a team.
You didn't. We didn't think about this. The guys, the three guys, Russell, Marlon, and Steve from Kellogg Racing.
We want to congratulate you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
This is what makes this whole thing worth it. Honestly,
Shit.
you are
Great job.
the entire community's rock star right now. Western States qualification. First in Ontario.
Thank you. Joe.
You want to split this? You got it.
All right, good job, guys.
Get a picture.
That's amazing.
You gotta get a picture.
Okay, get a picture.
Yeah, let's get a picture. Steve, one picture, guys.
Okay, one picture. There we go.
Jody, if you mind. Okay, let's turn around.
I haven't stopped my watch.
Good job. Way to go.
Oh,
Congratulations. Good work, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome.
Congratulations. Well done.
Guys, get it.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank
Meredith
you.
Parker.
Had the great degree. Thank you. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Good job.
Can't believe that.
We got a quick questions. Let me let you go.
Yeah.
We're Jody and Norman's GottaRun podcast.
Also, hi, I'm Meredith Parker. I'm from Toronto, and I just ran the 100K here at Sulphur. Hi, my name is Heather Grieve. I'm also from Toronto, and I also just finished the 100K here at Sulphur Springs.
Congratulations, ladies. And not only did you just become 100K finishers, but you also were tied for number 100 finishers in the 100K, which means Sulphur Springs is now a Western States qualifier.
That's the whole reason why we did this. Yeah, we wanted to give back. We knew we could do 100K. And we're like, you know what? This is a chance to give back to a race that we got our trail running start in. And why not? Like, it's such a great event in a great place. And if you can do something to help everyone else in this community in Southern Ontario, like, go for it. Yeah.
What would it mean to you to run Western States?
Terrifying. Yeah. We definitely both want to do it, but maybe in a year. Yeah, not next week.
Not next week. How long have you guys been running ultras?
Since about 2015, I think. My first 50K was here at Sulphur Springs. Yeah, Meredith and I have been running ultras together since the pandemic. We did the whole Bruce Trail end to end together. My first trail race was the Sulphur 10K in 2018, I think. And so I haven't done the shorter distances, so this is really exciting here.
So this holds a lot of meaning to you, this event.
Yes, really. Yeah. And finishing with Meredith is just incredible. Like, this is like wild. Mind-blowing. Just won an Oscar.
And you both look relatively clean from the knees up.
We changed several times.
Okay, that's a secret.
There were a lot of stops and a lot of changes. I think we both brought 5 outfits, and I think we changed at least 3 or 4 times. My 4th outfit, yeah.
Before we let you go, can you tell me who your running idol is?
Each other?
Oh, no, Heather for sure is. Yeah, actually, Meredith got me through some really grim points today, and I owe you the world, because this was a struggle, and Meredith got me to prevail and persevere, so I owe everything to Meredith. Well, I owe everything to Heather, because she taught me how to run trails when I was completely broken from running road marathons. Yeah, right here. These two right here.
Amazing. And one final question. Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Without. With. We're breaking up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Will Karros from Wasaga Beach, and I ran the 100K.
Congratulations, Will. Can you describe the conditions today?
Mud. And more mud. Did I say mud? Yeah. And it's unfortunate because the first loop was in a beautiful course. It was dry. It was fast. And then the rain came and destroyed it. I felt bad for the folks who used the trails because they were trying to use it and they were just slipping and sliding everywhere.
Yeah, pretty tough conditions today.
And I can't even imagine what the 100 mile guys are going through the night in the middle of the mud.
Exactly.
I would not like to be there.
So how long have you been running ultras?
It's been 10 years, I would say.
10 years? Yeah. And what's races on your bucket list?
Bucket list is Western, given I have a friend who did it and I got inspired. UTMB, I'm not sure if I wanted to do the UTMB the UTMB itself. Maybe a CCC or a TDS will be more interesting.
Right. What would it mean to you to run Western States?
All right. I would have to train better. I would have to dedicate my whole year to that race, but I would do it gladly.
Awesome. Can you describe the vibe of the trail running community here in Sulphur Springs today?
Trail race community is always about supporting. It's about a little shout out. Good job. You're doing well. And it's throughout the entire race. Even if someone was walking and it may be to the side, they would say, good job. Yeah, they would always stop to make sure that they know you supporting them.
Did you witness anyone helping someone else on the course today? Yeah.
I did help. I gave people salt tablets. They didn't know they need salt in the 100-mile race. and someone stopped and gave his Band-Aid kit to someone that had a blister that I could see from where I was.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was.
So what's next for you?
Next is Valderan in northern Spain.
Nice.
It's by UTMB. That's a little longer than this one, 110 to 20 kilometers. What scares me is the elevation. It's about 7,000 meters of elevation gain. So as soon as I recover today, I will be back on training, make sure that I'm ready for July.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting with us. We have a couple fun little questions for you at the end here. Who's your running idol?
Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes. Nice choice. Pick a superpower.
I've been watching your podcast every day, and I always had one. And I think I like speaking multiple languages or learning languages just by listening to them.
That's a popular one for sure. Absolutely. And butter tarts with or without raisins.
No raisins, please.
Awesome job, Will. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you. Bye.
My name's Matt Monroe. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I just ran the Sulphur Springs Trail Race 100-kilometer race.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm from Toronto, and I just helped Matt pace his last lap for his 100K race.
Awesome. Now, Matt, you were in this race last year, and I believe you have a title.
Yeah, so I am, as far as we know, we're yet to see one. I'm the youngest Canadian to ever run 100 miles. It could change any time, but so far, yeah, I'm the youngest Canadian to ever run 100 miles.
Amazing. Amazing. So can you guys describe the conditions out there today?
The beginning of the day was a struggle. I think everyone felt that. The thunder and the lightning and the rain turned the course into a mudfest. But, there was a lot of people battling out there. It inspired me just to keep going, and I knew that at some point it wouldn't. I think it was just going to last the whole day. And mud's no reason to quit.
Yeah,
about it.
It was tough conditions, but the way Matt pushed through everything was just really inspirational. Really pushed me, and I'm a pacer.
That's awesome. Are you going to be putting your name in the hat for Western States?
Yeah, so I'm running Bigfoot 200 in August, and those will also get me lottery entries.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna wait till then. I'm gonna get those, and then I'll throw my name in the hat and see if I get called.
What would it mean to you to run Western States?
Oh, that would be so cool. I mean, if I could do any race in the world right now, that would be the race. The history that it has, and it's the original ultra.
Now, Alan, I'm assuming you're the number one pacer for this?
Yeah, Matt needed a pacer, and he called me up, and I couldn't turn down the opportunity to pace him.
Are you going to Bigfoot as well?
Oh, no. I'm going to be supporting him through home, Just, I think these races are it helps him a lot as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue training with him and prepare him.
Exactly. What a friend! What a teammate!
I know. I can't ask for a better friend. There's not many friends that would go run 20 kilometers through the mud with you.
All right. Before I let you go, we have a couple fun questions. You can both answer them. Butter tarts with or without raisins?
Oh, without.
Oh, without for sure.
Without.
Who's your running idol?
Oh. Courtney Jewalter and Jim Walmsley. Both.
Very good. Do you have one, Alan?
Honestly, I have to say Matt. He's the one who got me into running. Seriously.
That's amazing.
I never knew what running was until Matt introduced me to it. So yeah, just truly amazing.
So what's next for you?
I'm just training for a sub 3-hour marathon. I'm a road runner, but yeah.
Listen to this. You never say just.
Don't say that too loud.
Never say just.
No, I'm hoping maybe I could do a 50-mile race, but right now, yeah, just sticking with marathons for now.
All right. Well, I wish you both luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for chatting with us today.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks
cheers.
so much.
My name is Elias Kurab. I did 100 mile.
And where are you from?
From Vaughan.
From Vaughan.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Not only did you do a 100-mile, but you won the 100-mile race today. So can you describe how challenging the course was today for us?
The first loop was okay. That time there was no rain, so the trail was fine. But after the pouring rain, the trail was so muddy, it's very hard to run on it.
Yes.
I was hoping to get a better time, but considering the trail, I'm happy with the results.
Absolutely, as you should be. Now, I understand you also hold a very special record in Ontario, and that would be the FKT for the Bruce Trail.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And when did you achieve that?
I did that in 2022, May 2022.
May 2022.
Yeah.
I believe it was 8 days.
8 days and 17 hours.
17 hours. And for those people that are watching this right now, just to put it into perspective, the Bruce Trail is over 1,000 kilometers long. And
900 kilometers
yes.
long. Yeah.
So you obliterated that. So amazing, amazing. How long have you been running ultras?
I started in 2021.
Oh my goodness.
Too long. Yeah. Yeah, my first run was Halliburton 100 mile.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I knew, that I could run long distances. So at that time, I started to learn about the Bruce Trail FKT.
Yes.
And then I decided to try it. So I haven't been running for a long time, but things are going well.
Things are going well. So are you going to put your name into the hat for Western States? For the ticket?
Yeah. Thank you.
What would that mean to you to run Western States?
Actually, I did the Kenyans last month,
okay.
End of April. So next year I'll be doing UTMB.
Yes.
I was qualified for UTMB, so the next race in my bucket list is Western States.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I know you're tired. We'll let you go. I just want to ask you, who's your running idol?
Zach Miller. I love Zach Miller and Jimmy Wellesley.
Jim Walmsley.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I love watching them, and also DeWalter as well.
Courtney DeWalter.
Yeah. She's amazing.
She sure is. Yes. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
My name's Amanda Nelson, and I'm from Woodstock, Ontario.
And congratulations on finishing first female in the 100-mile
Thank
at
you.
this year's Sulphur Springs. Can you describe the course conditions today?
Horrible. It's so funny because this is my third race this year. My first one was Black Canyon. It was pure mud for the first 16K.
Oh, no.
I did Rugged Raccoon 3 weeks ago. 50K as a tune-up for this race. Super muddy course. So I feel like it's me. Mud everywhere.
Oh, so everyone's going to be blaming you.
Yeah.
Got it. When did you start running ultras?
2020.
2020. And you've been on quite a journey since then. How does it feel to be part of the Western States Qualifier this year?
It's good.
Yeah.
Black Canyon also was too, so...
Right. But being part of the first year for Sulphur Springs. Yeah, it's very special. So
I really hope people enough finish. I really do.
Well, we've had about 135 100Kers, so they're well on their way.
Good.
So what would it mean to you to run Western States?
It'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that your bucket list? On your bucket list so far?
I have a friend who really wants to run it, so I said if he gets in before me, I'm going to pace him. And if I get in before him, he's going to pace me. So.
Sounds like an awesome deal.
Yes.
Well, I know you want to get some sleep. So just 2 more quick questions. Random butter tarts with or without raisins?
Without. And they're my favorite.
Okay, well, I have one if you'd like it.
I would.
I'll walk you right past it. It's just right over there.
Okay.
And who's your running idol?
I don't have any.
No?
No, I just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm somebody who sees everybody. I'm not starstruck by anybody. I just feel like everybody's just an ordinary human being. And some people just found what they're extraordinary at.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Well, congratulations again, Amanda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Butter tart. She has a butter tart. Thank you.
Me too.
Okay.
All right, get some rest.
Enjoy. My name's John Shepp. I am the host of Athletics Ontario's Trail and Running Podcast. I actually live in Goodwood now, grew up in Markham. So the site of Schitt's Creek for everybody who's interested.
Just gonna say that's where the bakery and the cafe are.
Yeah, everybody knows those too, especially the 200 cyclists we get every day, but every weekend. No, so I did the 100 miler. It's the second time I've done it here at Sulphur Springs. And yeah, this was the Grand Ontario Cause. I mean, they were aiming to be a Western States qualifier, get their 100Ks or 100 milers. And by God, they did it. It was torrential downpour after 20K in, but you know what? They had 4 course records. I mean, Elias, who's got the Bruce Trail FKT, he's got the 50-mile record here. I've interviewed him. I actually watched a ski hill faster than I run, period. So he is a phenomenal runner. And then obviously Amanda Nelson, who's a national level runner. I mean, it's not necessarily recognized in the ultra running. The ultra running world isn't necessarily recognized, but I mean, my God, she's representing Canada in international events.
And she's risen so quickly, as has Elias, right?
Yeah.
They're fairly new to the scene, but they've achieved so much.
And they don't, I honestly don't think they get the recognition they deserve. I mean, the fortunate thing about here at Sulphur Springs is the way that this race directors do it, Straw Dog Racing, is they get the sponsors, they get and yeah, for some diehards, it's like, oh, well, it's a commercialization of the sport, but this is what helps the sport grow. And I mean, they have 1,200 runners here this year. They had 250 registered in the 100 miler, 250 registered in the 100K. And it still felt like when I did Sulphur Springs in 2018 and my wife brought our 4-month-old daughter and wheeled her in and she was asleep and it's just, they're giving ultra running its due, ultra and trail running its due. And so I don't think that necessarily is a bad thing, because then people like Amanda Nelson, like Elias, they get the recognition they deserve. They get the funding they deserve. And yeah, they deserve to be able to compete at the international level, and they need sponsors to do that. They need funding to do that. And so, yes, there are more sponsors here than there's ever been. But you know what? Maybe that gets them to say, hey, you got the course record here. Why don't you wear our gear? Why don't you hawk our products? And so I honestly think it's a good thing. It made me smile that Kevin McKinnon was here, because I grew up working and I know we don't like to use this word, the Ironman circuit with him. But granted, this was Ironman. It was still a family business, and it was the beer miles and the underwear runs and couch surfing, and so it was still the family business. And so to have him here, it again just recognizes the importance of ultra running.
And it's important to show the world that Canada has high quality races, high quality trails, venues, and all that. It's about time that we were on the map, because our runners have always been kind of underdogs, and they're showing up now. So it's great to see.
Well, and it wasn't just Ontario runners here. I mean, I think they said they've got 9 provinces represented here. They've got 9 different countries represented here. And that speaks a lot. I mean, they get those, 1,200 runners, you get 40,000 Toronto Waterfront Marathon, or the Ottawa Marathon, which is going this weekend as well.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of that same percentage, right? And so it's amazing that they've grown it to be what it was, and still not lost the spirit of Sulphur Springs from over 3 decades ago.
Right. So if you could capture the race in one word, what would you say for you today? Your own experience.
The PG version, it was hard.
Okay.
Usually I say thank you to every part of the trail as I pass it on my last loop. It was 2 different words that I used this time around. It rained torrentially after 20K. And so it was a slog, and you know what? They still showed out. I mean, the 100Kers, they got their 100 runners in, I think 2.5 hours before cutoff. And so irrespective of that, the goal of becoming a Western States qualifier drove those people in. And again, they still had course records in 4 different categories.
What's next for you, John?
Well, I'm going to go home. I'm going to kiss my wife and thank her for supporting me in this wackadoodle adventure. I'm going to try to ice my ankle so that when I'm walking up the stairs at work tomorrow, I'm not hobbling up there. But my goal this year is to do the Ontario Triple Crown of 100 miles. So, trail 100 milers, because I know we've got that damn hill, and that's more a road 100 miler. But there's Tally in the Valley 100 in the end of July with Happy Trails Racing. There's the Haliburton 100 at the beginning of September. And I had signed up for the Haliburton 100 at the beginning of September, and I was going to use Tally in the Valley as a training run. I was going to run 12 hours there. So my goal is to do them all in 1 year. So Tally in the Valley at the end of July, and then Haliburton 100 at the beginning of September. It scares the bejesus out of me because I know the Haliburton 100 is the toughest of the 3. But hey, if I do it, nobody's ever done it before, so I got the record. Somebody like Elias is going to come in and absolutely crush it next year, but it's why I started the podcast. My grandfather was a national level track coach, and that's how he connected with Athletics Ontario. My mom was the president of the Canadian Paralympic Committee. It was at the Montreal Olympics where she and my dad met as officials, and so
it's in your blood.
Right, it really is. And so when my grandfather passed in 2021, and Athletics Ontario was asking for volunteers, and I'd worked sports marketing, I'd worked with obviously the media side of Ironman, and so it was like, okay, how can I continue this legacy? So the Trillium Running Podcast really is a legacy project for me about how do I honor the work that my grandfather did, the work that my mom does, and still does as the chair of Athletics Canada in my own way. Yeah. And so this is kind of that, is I get to remind myself every episode of the podcast that this is honoring my granddad, and this would make him proud. And his Hall of Fame trophy sits right beside my media award that I got from Athletics Ontario. And my grandmother looks at those 2 every day. And that makes me smile.
As it should. As it should. Well, we're going to let you go rest, but before we do. All right. So, butter tarts, with or without raisins?
So, I'm vegan.
Okay.
So, I can't speak to the butter tart, but I do have a family friend that was my mom's business partner who, if you asked him, would you like raisin butter tarts or pecan butter tarts or maple butter tarts or plain butter tarts? He would say yes. And so, you know what? I don't think you can go wrong with any sorts of butter tarts.
All right. Pick a superpower.
Oh, at this very moment in time, Wolverine's healing factor.
That's a good one. All right, John, thanks for your time today, and we hope you rest or recover quickly.
Thank you. And it was a pleasure meeting both of you. I was so glad that we could connect at this wonderful race.
Awesome.
My name is Malena Makarikova. I was born in Russia, but grew up in Vancouver. And today I'm running the 100-mile relay race.
What's the name of your relay team?
Arc'teryx, first team.
Oh, okay. So you're one of the sponsored.
Yeah, I was super grateful to come here with them. It's such a good group. It's been a lot of fun.
Amazing. And how did they convince you to run one of the later legs?
Yeah. It was a complete random draw, but I've joined the Arc'teryx running club. So we've been running with the club every week. It's an amazing group, and they give us an opportunity to run for whoever wants to. And I was super lucky to get it.
Amazing. Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about your running background?
So I grew up in Russia. I came to Canada as a refugee, and I used to play varsity basketball. But around the pandemic time, I unfortunately have lost my scholarship. And running has been my way of, keeping my mental health healthy. And it was the difference between a good and a bad day. So I was super, super lucky for the sport, and it got me to where I am today.
And did you start by running trails or were you running road?
I was running road.
Okay.
So I signed up for a marathon with less than a year of training. And somehow I made it. And then I made it to my second one. And now I'm moving on to trails. So it's been an amazing journey so far.
Well,
I like it.
Welcome to the dark side.
Today especially. It's gonna be a long dark run, but I'm very excited. Thank you for your time.
So what's the longest distance you've competed in on trail?
On trail, only I think about 13 kilometers. So today it'll be 20. It'll be my longest one on trail.
So you're going to be pushing yourself today.
It'll be a day of pushing myself. I'm very
Amazing.
excited. Yeah.
And how inspiring do you find being in this community today?
I feel like it's incredible. The fact that all the athletes run on the same course and you see everyone come back with the same smile on their face, even cheering the people who are cheering on. Like, I feel like because of the weather, the runners have had a better time almost running than the people watching. So I'm very excited to see some of them there and maybe cheer them on and have them cheer me on. I feel like it's a big. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to talk to you after your leg because I have a feeling that you're going to want to sign up for a longer distance next year.
I'm very excited for that. I hope I make it on time. You might have to wait until tomorrow.
Hey, we'll be here. We'll be here waiting for you. So
thank you. I'm very excited.
I wish you luck. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to ask you a couple of questions just as a fun ending to this is how we always end our podcast.
Perfect.
So who's your running idol?
My running idol would probably be my father. He is a war veteran from Afghanistan.
Wow.
So he has had a long story with athletics and with helping helping him cope with his own journey and his own trauma, and looking at how much love he gives after everything he's been through. It inspired me to be a kinder and more patient athlete with myself and others.
That's amazing. Pick a superpower.
My superpower would be to speak any language, including the language of animals. I feel like it'll be I would be an amazing traveler and, again, a humanitarian, and it would be very helpful with my personal careers.
You're the second person today to say that they'd like to know what animals are thinking.
I need to find the first one. Maybe on the trails. I'll find them.
Maybe on the trails.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much and have a great relay race.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm very excited.
Hi, I'm Rob Ridley. I live in Caledon, Ontario. Just finished 100 miles.
Congratulations, Rob. Way to go. And we wanted to chat with you because you live not too far from us in Orangeville.
I've run with the dirt runners and I don't know, 15 years ago, we started the Chase the Tornado.
Yes,
right?
that's
I
right.
did the initial mapping for that to
Oh,
talk
wow.
to town council and such. So yeah, good, strong running community in the Orangeville area.
So could you describe the conditions on that course for us?
It was very wet. The first 3 loops, we had thunderstorms.
Yes.
We actually had a tree fall down on the trail.
We heard about that.
Yeah, there was about 6 of us that were about 30 feet away when it came down.
Oh my gosh.
Right by the first aid station.
Right.
Yeah. So that was a little bit of a shaky thing, and every time we heard a crack after that,
Yeah, you're
it was,
checking it out.
a little nerve-wracking.
So how long have you been running ultras?
About 3-4 years now.
Oh, okay.
4 years. This was my third 100.
Third
First time
100
here.
miler
Yeah.
in 3 years.
And one each year. Yeah.
Wow, you really bit the bullet. Go big or go home.
Again, one each year. So yeah.
Were you inspired to participate because of their attempt to become a Western States qualifier?
Oh, I signed up in fact, I signed up right after Tally last year.
Oh,
Started
okay.
Tally.
Very good.
So yeah, no discount or anything else. I just went right into it. So, yeah.
What's next on your racing list?
So my next race is Happy Trails race.
Okay.
And it's the First Blaze, which is the Toronto section of the Bruce Trail.
Right.
Which goes right through one of my nature centers in Calgary.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Know the trail well. I've run it many times.
Yes.
Not as a race.
Yes. Well, I must say you're looking and sounding very fresh for having just run 26 hours straight.
All a facade. It's not a smile, it's a grimace. But yeah.
All right. Well, we won't keep you, but we just have a couple of quick fun questions. Butter tarts with or without raisins?
Oh, with raisins.
Thank you.
Can you call it a butter tart otherwise?
Right. Thank you for saying that,
Right.
Rob. Who's your running idol?
When I was running marathons, I ran at the same speed as Ed Whitlock.
Oh, wow.
So I'd run into him at almost every marathon I did. He was certainly one of them.
Absolutely.
A lot of the people I run with at these races would also, and I wouldn't want to name just one.
No, exactly. He's a true Canadian legend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time today, Rob, and congratulations again.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hi, I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, and this is Team Early Bird Run Club. Alexi Menjivar, Hamilton, Ontario, Early Bird Run Club.
Yeah, I'm Nick Buffo. I'm from Hamilton as well.
Hi, I'm Shannon Kelsey Skiltice from Hamilton, Ontario, and Early Bird Run Club.
Ryan McAnuff from Oakville, Ontario.
Hi, I'm Sujana Karnick from Hamilton, Ontario with the Early Bird Run Club.
Brendan, also from Hamilton, Ontario, and I'm with the Early Bird Run Club. Oh, sweet.
And you guys are the winners of the Sulphur Springs 100-mile relay. So tell me, guys, describe the conditions in one word. Various?
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah,
Fun?
yeah, I enjoyed it.
It was muddy.
It started with dry, sunny, beautiful morning. So the first couple legs experienced that. Then our middle legs ran through a thunderstorm. Then it turned into the mud bath. Then we finished with the mud bath.
Who did not have to run in the rain?
Aha.
So you're the one buying the beer later?
That's right. I can buy the beer.
And how long have you guys known each other?
For about 6 years now, since the club's been established. We've been coming out to Sulphur Springs Relay Race this is the 6th year, actually. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what do you love about this event?
We love that the community comes together. Various clubs from the area and beyond have a chance to hang out for the day. So you see a lot of familiar faces and then some new ones that sometimes tap into road, but also trail or road and trail.
Right.
And it's just a really great day to bring the team together and
awesome.
Support.
Love your team spirit. Okay, fun question here, and I'll do it with a raise of hands. Butter tarts with raisins, without raisins? How many with? How many without?
How about no butter tarts?
How about no butter tarts? And I'm going to ask everyone this question. Who's your running idol?
Chris Duchesne, Killian Jornet,
Cavid Puri.
Hands down, Terry Fox.
Absolutely.
Everyone on this team.
Oh, love it.
Shannon.
What was the question? Who's your favorite
running idol?
Who's your running idol? I also have to go with Shay.
Oh, that's so good.
All right, guys. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Grace Panoff and I'm from Mount Hope, Ontario. I just completed the Sulphur Springs 100-miler.
And you were in the golden hour and the oldest female. Congratulations, Grace.
Thank you so much.
You're a local legend around here. The finish line was just a buzz when you came across. Determination and grit. Can you describe how crazy it was out there for you today?
It was epic. Just epic. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be able to participate in the Sulphur Springs now that they've got after their 100-mile and 100K qualifier for Western states?
Well, I wasn't really interested in that. I was just interested in supporting the local race.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I understand you actually volunteered on Friday night?
I did, yeah.
That's unbelievable. How long have you been running ultras?
Maybe 2006.
Okay.
And I started here at this race when it was grassroots over at the Lion Club.
Wow. So you've been supporting this event for a long time.
Yeah.
Amazing. Sorry, I'm tired too, but I'm not as tired as you are.
I've got the endorphins still going.
What's next for you, Grace? What are you going to do next?
I'm just going to take a little bit of time off, and I like volunteering at all the races. And
right.
Believe it or not, some of the directors get in touch with me and ask me if I'll volunteer. I love giving back. I just love giving back.
Well, then I think we need to ask you to volunteer at one of our events then. We'd love to have you.
Okay, I don't want to take up too much of your time today, but a couple more questions. Our theme this race is about butter tarts. So with or without raisins? I don't like butter tarts. No problem. Who's your running idol?
The local trail race runner, Iris Cooper.
Oh, yes, we know Iris. That's awesome. Amazing. If you could pick a superpower, what would it be?
Invisible.
All right, Grace, thanks for your time today. Get some rest.
Thank you so
well
much.
deserved.
Hello, my name is Agustin Melgar, and I'm from Montreal. And today, or yesterday, I ran the Sulphur Springs 100-miler.
You just finished, so it's today.
It's today, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Was this your first 100-mile race?
It was my first 100-mile race.
Amazing. May I ask how old you are?
I am 20 years old.
You're 20 years old. So I believe that makes you the youngest finisher this year so far?
Of this year, yes. But last year there's a guy that finished as well, and he was 4 days younger than me.
Oh my gosh, only 4 days.
So I don't have the record, no.
Wow. Can you describe the conditions out on the course?
So the first loop was all right, and then we got hit with big rain that nobody expected. It rained for about 6 hours, and that affected the trails. Like they're very slippery and muddy.
Yes.
So thankfully I overpacked, and I had a bunch of socks and a bunch of shoes that I could switch to avoid blisters and everything. But it wasn't easy, and obviously I didn't expect it to be easy, but it did. It was a big achievement for me.
So tell us a little bit about your running background.
So I started because of this guy, Nick. Friends in common, and that was 3 years ago. He ran this race last year and the year before, though he inspired me to do it. And yeah, I come from a soccer background, so running was something natural to me. And I picked it up ever since I stopped playing soccer as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are you going to put your name into the hat for Western States?
I think I will, yes. Why not? During the race, I spoke to a couple of people, and they told me that it's an incredible experience. And if I get the lottery, if I win it, I should go and participate.
Yes, you should. Do you know about Western States?
I do, yes.
Okay. Because if you don't, you need to watch Unbreakable.
I've never watched it, but I will watch it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
for sure. Is there anyone you'd like to thank today?
I would like to thank my pacer, Jeremy, and crew member, and as well as Fabio, childhood friends. Couldn't have done it without them. And also the Montreal crew.
Montreal crew.
Ultra Runners Club, Montreal.
Montreal.
Yes.
Oh, I just butchered that.
All of them are to thank. And my family as well for always supporting me.
Amazing.
And I did call them. I called my dad and my mom during the third loop, and that helped me out as well, yes.
I'm sure it did. Do you have another race booked for this summer?
Yes, Montreal Marathon in September or in October. Not quite sure. Yes.
Before we ask a couple of funny questions.
For sure, yeah.
Butter tarts with or without raisins?
Butter tarts?
Yes.
I do not know what that is.
Okay. Sugar pie.
Sugar pie.
With raisins? No raisins.
With raisins.
Okay.
Always.
Who is your running idol?
My running idol? My father used to run marathons.
Ah,
so he inspires me a lot. And Runnick. He's a good runner too.
Good
Ultra marathon. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thanks. Oh, pick a superpower.
A superpower?
Yeah.
Teletransportation would have helped this weekend. Yeah, teletransportation.
Amazing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you at the next race.
Yes, for sure.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Take care.
Robert Joseph Hewitt. I actually live 3 kilometers from here in Ancaster, but only in the last month. We've basically lived in this area for 35 years.
Right. So you're registered in the 100-mile and you've completed 140 kilometers.
Technically 131.
131.
I dropped
Okay.
out halfway through
Okay.
the sixth lap.
Yes. Doing math is hard.
Hard all the time whenever you run. Math becomes hard.
Now tell us your relationship with Sulphur Springs Trail Race.
Okay, so I used to live in Guelph like 35 years ago.
Uh-huh.
and I came down to do the very first race. And then we moved to Burlington and joined the Burlington Runners. And the race started that first year. I came down and raced it. And then we moved here a couple of years later. I joined the Burlington Runners. And there was a couple other guys that started the race and were race directors. And it was in a totally different location in the park, and it was only a 25K and a 50K. That's how it started.
Right.
And then as time went by, the other races started getting added in. The 50, the 50 miler, and then the relay and the 100 miler. And, it just grew from there. Like with the very first race when I ran it, there was only 200 people.
Wow.
We had 1,800 today.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
This weekend.
Yeah. And you were involved in directing the race from when?
Yes, I ran the race, much to my wife's chagrin, because it takes all year to organize.
Yes.
And I did it by myself.
You did it by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, at the time, the Burlington Runners were much younger, and they were very supportive. And so it was a very strong club presence on race weekend.
Right.
As with all our races, but they were truly supportive because it's a bit of a party atmosphere where you get 8 stations and you're out there for 30 hours.
Right.
It became a fun thing to do.
Sure.
And people return to do that every year.
Right. Now, we know you run ultras, but you're also wearing a Boston shirt. So you also go over to the other side.
I do. I've done 3 Ironmans. I've done 1,600-mile races. This is the first 100-mile race I've ever dropped out of.
Oh, well.
And I'm 70, so,
And the conditions.
I hadn't done one for 13 years.
Oh, my
God.
God.
And I ended up with a lousy weather day. I mean, I did 3 shoe changes, and they took me 15 minutes each. Right? I mean, that wasn't fun, right? I'm harboring some blisters, so I'm not even going to take those things off until I get home.
Yeah, good call. Good call. So how special is it to be part of the year where they have now got a Western States qualifier
Well,
for
that's
the 100K?
pretty unique, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've done Western States.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's very hard to get in. I mean, I did it years ago, and it was hard to get in then because they only have 400 runners.
Yes.
Right. So, and it's a difficult course, different than this.
Yes.
You're at Squaw Valley, and you go up in front of the ski hill from the 1960 Olympics to start the race, and you're up in the snow for the first 30 kilometers, and you basically come from a high point to a low point in Auburn, California, and it's point to point.
Right.
And so you have to really plan out it's just a different race.
Yes.
Right? And like the year I did it got to 110 degrees.
Oh.
And these are people that are veteran 100 milers, only 50% finished that year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if they finish today, they're prepared for Western, I think.
It's a very fun race to do because you run up in the mountains, you run through trout forests, you run through towns.
Right.
I super enjoyed it.
Yeah. Pretty special.
Yeah.
Pretty special. Well, we don't want to take too much more of your time, but we have a couple of fun questions that we like to ask at the end. Butter tarts, with or without raisins?
Oh, I'm a with raisins guy.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too, Joe.
My wife hates them with raisins.
So does my husband. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Gee, I guess it would have been nice to finish.
Yeah. Well,
but as I say, I keep a computer log of my run. I've run 136 kilometers.
Who needs Strava?
I've done like 500 races. I've done 53 marathons, 16 100 milers. I've done the JFK 50 miler 10 times.
Oh my God.
Ironman 3 times. And, it's like, I just like doing that stuff.
Right.
For like 50 years.
Yeah. Well, it's keeping you young. That's for certain.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time today, Joe. Really appreciate it.
I had the energy left to talk.
There you go. Go home and rest.
Edmund, I'm in the 100-mile race here, and I'm from outside of Rochester, New York.
Wow. So did you come up today just to do the race?
I did. This was my first international race.
First international race, and you picked your cousins to the north. We like
I
it.
did. It's a relatively short drive. If traffic wasn't a thing, it's 2.5 hours. So
And your dollar is worth a lot more than ours, so that helps.
not as much as it once was. Still okay.
So
Yeah.
tell us about your race. How did it go?
It went good. I mean, my last lap was faster than like the 4 priors.
Oh, bonus.
Yeah, the mud slowed everything down and trashed the legs, and everything was very tired and
Of course. So how long have you been running ultras?
quite a while.
Yeah?
I always finish. I'm not fast.
Amazing. Amazing.
My wife likes to say I'm a completer and not a competer.
Oh. So what did you think of Sulphur Springs? Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Yeah. Great volunteers.
Great volunteers. It was a fun course. It seemed like it was a different course every loop.
Right.
Like it was a little more muddy, a little less muddy. It was raining. It was warm. It was hot. It was cool. It was cold.
Wow.
So it changed a lot.
Yeah, I bet. Are you going to put your name into the draw for Western States?
I did a very long time ago, and I'm okay.
Yes.
Not do it.
Awesome. Well, you are the official final finisher of the Sulphur Springs 2024 100
It's
miler.
happened at other races. It'll probably happen.
Yeah, so congratulations.
Yeah.
And before we let you go,
Yeah.
pick a superpower.
Oh wow. I'm usually a healing factor person.
Aha. Okay. Gotcha. And who's your running idol?
So I was telling somebody, do you know who David Horton is?
Yes. Yes.
So David Horton has lots of claim to fame
Right.
of doing lots of very cool things. And I was telling somebody that one of the coolest things I learned that he will like take to the grave as being one of the coolest things he did was he got Scott Jurek to eat ice cream. Scott Jurek doesn't eat such things.
Yes, he does not. Well, congrats again.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
enjoy your rewards.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there you have it. We hope you enjoyed our live coverage. Give us a shout out. Let us know if you want to see us at other events. We had an absolute blast this weekend, and we'd love to do it again.
It was great to meet Amanda Nelson finally. She was on our podcast. And run with Amanda. I think I tried to keep up with her for about 300 meters on a downhill, and then she dropped me. And with that 300 meters, I believe I helped her break the women's course record by 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah. And so many friends that we haven't seen in a long time.
Absolutely. And a few Patreon supporters too, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Very cool. There were a lot of people at that race, as well as Reed Burrows, another Canadian runner that we've been following for a while.
I think, close to 2,000.
Close to 2,000, including the relayers. And I think they were on par to break the record to be Canada's largest trail race.
That's true because this is what happened. This is the history in the making. They became a Western States qualifier. Boom. First time in Ontario. It happened. It became the largest trail race in Canada.
We think.
I believe so. 2,000? What other one is there? And 3, they're already the oldest trail race in Canada. In the meantime, we are heading off to Alberta in a couple of weeks, actually, to meet the Minotaur, to MC at the finish line, and we will try to capture some footage there for you.
And don't forget, we also have a couple of our own races still coming up this summer. We've got Rainbow Trail Run on July 27th, Island Lake Classic on Labor Day Monday, and you can register for both of those via our website.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Bye.